polygon angle sum theorems. What is a polygon? A polygon is a plane figure with at least 3 straight sides and angles. Okay, so it's not three-dimensional, it's flat. That's what this means by plane, it's flat. With at least 3 straight sides and angles, and of course they have to be connected. So you're going to hear this word like coming up on a homework or quiz or test. Convex and concave. Something like this. That's an example of a convex polygon. Okay, and concave is something like this. So it looks like it's going to be the same, but it does this instead. So think of it concaving in, it's caving in. That's a concave. You see where all these angles are all pointing outward and this one's like caving inward? Okay. All right, we're not gonna deal with this too much today. I just want to go over them because you're gonna see like this polygon is convex or the polygon is we're not going to deal with this, so they'll say it's not concave. So just know that we're never dealing with this one. This is the one we're always going to be dealing with, convex polygons. All right. Polygon angle sum theorem. Angle sum theorem. All right, so you're working on memorizing. As soon as we write it down, you're programming it in your head. You're going to keep trying it on your homework tonight and notes again tomorrow. You want to work on it because it's a definite for the test. N minus 2 times 180. N minus 2 times 180. Where N represents, does anybody know what N represents on the polygon? The number of sides, which is the same as the number of angles. So N equals the number of sides. So in this polygon, what would N be? 5. Okay? Make sense? Is that a yes? Okay. I'm going to quickly show you examples. What is the sum of the interior? What is the sum of the interior angle measure of the following? Now, I want to underline interior as well and emphasize them because we're going to learn different formulas. We're going to learn, instead of sum, we're going to learn 1. Instead of interior, we're going to learn exterior. So there's keywords you want to look for, so when you're working on homework, you know which formula to use. How many are we learning today? 4. Okay, so that's a lot to get confused. So you want to make sure you're looking for keywords, sum and interior. All right, and it doesn't have to be any kind of special regular polygon. It can be any polygon as long as it's the sum and interior. Number 1, we're going to do the obvious one that we all know. Before we even do this, triangle. What's the sum of the interior angles of a triangle? We've been doing that forever. Okay, but we're going to do it here to show our work, see if it works. Okay, what does n equal for a triangle? 3. So we know what the answer should be, but we're going to check to see if this formula truly does work. Okay, so what do I plug in the parentheses?
3 minus 2.
3 minus, the 3 goes right here. 3 minus 2 times 180. 3 minus 2 times 180. And what is 3 minus 2? And what's 1 times 180?
180.
180 degrees. Is that the sum of the interiors of a triangle?
Yes.
Yes. So we know, does the formula work?
Yes.
It does. Does anybody remember from last year a quadrilateral?
360.
360? Quadrilateral. Okay, I didn't finish the question. Quadrilateral, yes, has 4 sides, but what's the sum of the interior? And one of you said it, 360. Okay, what is N for a quadrilateral?
5.
You're a step ahead. You're a step ahead of me. 4, because that's the next one. The pentagon is 5. So a quadrilateral is 4. All right, so plug it in the formula, and we're using this formula here, something minus 2 times 180. What goes there in the blank? 4. Because there's 4 sides to a quadrilateral. What's 4 minus 2? 2 times 180? 360. All right, we're going to need calculators for the next set, so take out your own calculators, not your phones. You're taking out your own calculators. Oh, it's getting kind of stuffy in here now. Is it not kind of stuffy?
Yes.
Yeah. Turn it. Tell me to turn it on. Go ahead.
And
Phones put away.
all are always fine.
4 phones put away. You guys, how many do you need? 4?
3.
3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How many do you guys need? 3? You have any? Stick it over on that. Over there. Yeah. 3. Keep them all before the brand. Yes. Oh,
I can see a new Yeah, I can see it like Gucci.
I can see you at Gucci. No one's rich here.
Tori modeling from Lululemon. Pop that door open. So funny.
I don't think I have the ability to turn it back on.
Oh, the big guy. You got this, Chris.
Soft. Oh, he did the opposite of soft. Soft.
Softly, man.
Gentle.
There you go.
Oh,
He like banged it.
And it closed right back on him. Okay. Number 3. 17 gone. Now, there's no special name for a 17 gone, like
I
triangle.
can guess how many sides there are.
How many sides?
16.
All right.
Just kidding.
17. All right. So there's not special names for everything. Pentagon, hexagon. We have some special names, but when the numbers get bigger, you just use 17 gone. So how many sides? 17. So we do the same formula, minus 2 times 180. What goes in this blank?
17.
17. What's 17 minus 2?
15.
Okay, 15. So you're doing 15 times 180. That's what you're plugging in right now. In your handy dandy calculators. Handy dandy. In your handy dandy
I got my
notebook.
calculator yesterday for the
Me too,
PSAT.
but it's PSAT.
Yeah. You're supposed to bring it.
Yeah, what'd you guys do?
I just like wrote everything down.
Gave up on the problems.
Ooh, they didn't have like any
But I
extras
was
just
still
in case.
grinding.
All right, anybody plug it in? 2000.
700, got it? Why'd you take over that we forgot?
Number.
Wait, what do you mean? That tell me.
He'd still have to take it.
I saw it say again.
It's not like
And they
they say
wouldn't give
it.
me one or trade.
Okay, 35 gone. I'm gonna have you guys try that one on your own.
You said there's only 4, right? Or something like that?
7.
We have more notes, but there's only 4 in this section. This is the last one in this section. Okay. So you're using the same formula, minus 2 times 180. What goes into this blank right here? 35. Does anybody feel like if I covered this up and you didn't look at your notes, you can still tell me the formula back?
Yeah.
What is it?
Minus 2,
N minus
parentheses,
2,
180.
180. Good job. All right. What did you guys get here? 5,940. All right. Because 35 take away 2 is what?
33.
And you do 33 times 180. All right. Questions? Okay. We've mastered this piece. Okay. Now, problems that more typical type of problems you're going to see on homework and test. Are you ready? No. Find the missing angles. Okay. I'm going to call this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on 5. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Everybody with me? This top corner up here is 2x plus 20 degrees. This bottom corner at the bottom left is 2x degrees. Top right is 2x degrees. And bottom right is 2x plus 20 degrees. All right. Now there's two things you have to do here. If this was a triangle, what would I do? I'd add up all the corners and add them up to equal 180, right? Because we know that triangles add up to 180. For quadrilaterals and pentagons and hexagons, you have to either know or work it out. We just did this one. What's the sum for a quadrilateral? 360. Sum for a quadrilateral equals 360 degrees. Now, if you forget that, put a little note here. Where did we just do this? Number 2 on the previous page. Over here is where we did it. 4 minus 2 times 180. Do you see that? Okay. Alrighty. So when I add them all up, I'm going to do 2x plus 20 plus, I'm just going to match up these, 2x plus 20 plus 2x plus 2x. And equals 180? 360, not 180 because that's a triangle. Really quick, when you're doing this, if you don't want to write this all out, could you kind of walk around the block and say 2x, 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 2x is 4x? Sure. 20 plus 20 is 40. So instead of doing all this, you don't have to. You could just kind of eyeball it up here. So 2, 2, 2, and 2 is 8x. 20 and 20 is 40. I'll let you guys finish that. Subtract your 360 and divide by 2. Subtract your 360. I'm sorry, subtract your 40 and divide by 2.
By 2?
Sorry. By what? By 8. Sorry. But thank you guys for paying attention. Okay, I have 8x equals 320, and we don't divide by 2, we divide by 8 and 8 gone, x equals 40. Now, did it say find x or find the missing angles? Find the missing angles. Let's put letters in there just so that we can call them. I'll call this A, B, C, and D. So, the measure of angle A is, now how do I find it? What do I do with the x?
Plug it in.
Plug it in. Good. 2 times blank plus 20, and what goes in the blank where the x used to be?
40.
40. So do that. 2 times 40, and then plus 20. What do we get? 100. All right, 100 degrees. Now, instead of doing the work all over again, what other angle is going to equal the same thing? C. Do you agree? Because it's the same exact thing. So why do the work again? Okay. I'll just go ahead and box those in. Where's angle B? What is angle B? What do I plug in? 2 times 40. Is there any plus on that one or just 2x? Okay, so what does angle B equal? 80. And what other one matches angle B? They're not always going to have matching ones. This one happened to, so it's just easier. What's one way to check? What can you do with 100, 100, 80, and 80? Add them all up. What should it equal? 360. Can anybody do that in their head?
Yep.
180 plus 180, is that 360? Yes. All right. Questions before I move on? Okay. Number 6. This one's going to be a little harder to draw, so I suggest you draw it with me. Okay. So, and if you're not drawing with me, it's going to be a little harder later, so make sure you're paying attention. You've got it?
But draw this.
Sure.
Case.
Oh, for my silent video? Okay. I'm going to draw another segment here. I drew one right here. I'm going to draw another one coming straight down like this. So right now I have 1, 2, 3 sides. I'm going to draw another one here, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is going to come across this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to connect 2 over here. 1, 2. Alright, so is a regular polygon is when all sides are equal. Is this a regular polygon? No. Okay, I'm going to put my measures in there. This is 129. This is 130. 135. 125. 145, 116, and I want you to extend this out here like this. Did everybody do that?
Mine just looks like a messed up circle.
A messed up what?
Circle.
I went slow. Okay, so I extended this piece out here. Did everybody see that? Okay, so I want you to find x. Now, first off, I'm going to cover everything. What do we know about these two angles right here?
180.
180. They're supplementary, also known as linear pairs. Now, I have kids often do this. Oh, all 3 of these add up to 180. No, this is in a separate corner. Do you see that? Not the 116. These two are linear. So I can say x plus whatever this angle is equals 180. But do I know what this angle is? No. So what do we have to do first? Find that angle. So even though there's no letter in there, I would suggest you put one. Would it make sense to put x? No, because you're already using x. So call it y or z, LMNOP, QRS. I don't care. Don't use O. T for Torres. Use another letter, not x. Got it? Okay. So was that y part of the problem? No, I put it in there myself. Now I'm going to cover this. Can we make an equation in here to find y? Do we add all these up to equal 180? No way. Do we add all these up to equal 360? Why not? We used 360 on the last one. It's not a quadrilateral, so we need to count. Do we need to first find out how many sides we have? Can you count? How many? 6 sides? 7 sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides. Okay, now if there's 7 sides, do we have enough to find out what the sum of the angle measure is? Yes. Sum of the angles, we're going to use what formula? N minus 2 times 180. What do we plug in for the N? 7. 7 minus 2, and I heard it's 5. 5 times 180 is what you're plugging in. What do we get? Okay, now is 900 my final answer? No. I am going to have to add all these up plus y equals 900. Now what I would suggest, rather than writing all these numbers down, is plug in the calculator right now. Can you do that? In whatever order, 116 plus, 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 and get all the numbers together. What is it?
780.
So is 780 my final answer, or just the sum of these angle measures? So 780 plus what? Plus y equals 900. Do you guys see how we did that? These all up here add up to 780 plus the y equals the 900. Anybody subtracted yet? All right, is that my final answer? Still not. It looks like it. Y equals 120 is this angle in here. And is that the angle they originally asked me for? No, angle X was the one they asked me for. Now, angle X is called an interior angle or an exterior angle? Exterior. So how do I find my exterior angle? What's the final piece here?
Subtract the 120 from 180.
Good. 120 plus angle X equals 180. So he said subtract. I'm going to repeat that. The 120 we found plus the X, which is what we've been looking for the whole time, equals 180. So subtract your 120, and what does
60.
X equal? And is that the final answer?
Yes.
Whew. Okay. Make sense? Did I hear it's easy? Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to move on to regular polygons. I said just a second ago, what is a regular polygon? Anybody remember what I said? All the sides are the same. Did you guys, have you dealt with regular polygons before?
Yep.
Yes?
Squares.
What was that?
Is it square?
A square's a regular polygon, yes. Polygon. A polygon that is both equilateral and equiangular. And we've talked about equiangular triangles before. Do you guys remember that? Equiangular means what? All the angles are the same. Does anybody remember what the measure of one angle is in an equiangular triangle? Think about it. The sum is 180. They're all the same. Each angle is what? Do you guys remember that? Yes? You don't have to draw this down. If it's 60, 60, and 60, do they all add up to 180?
Yeah.
Okay, how did you guys do that in your head? You took 180 and divided by 3 because there's 3 angles. And if they're all the same, you cut them up equally. Does that make sense? Okay, so think about it. I'm going to give you the formula. Let me just write down some of the key words that you're going to look for. The measure of each. Each is a key word here. Earlier, one of the key word was sum. This key word is what? Each. The sum of each interior angle of a regular n-gon. N-gon is polygon with n number of sides. Okay. Regular. That's the other key word. And I forgot to underline interior because we will have exterior later. All right. Any questions? N-gon. That's a polygon with n number of sides. Okay, so what did we do earlier? We took 180 divided by, with the triangle, we did 180 divided by what? 3. Why 180? Because that was the sum. And why 3? Because there were 3 sides. So the formula is n minus 2 times 180, because that's how you find the sum. And then you divide by what? 3 if it's a triangle. So 3 represents the number of sides. So this is the formula you will need here. So, did we already know the n minus 2 times 180 formula? Yeah, that's for all of the angles put together. Regular or not regular, like all these angles added up. If it's regular, you take it all and you divide it by the number of sides. And when you divide by the number of the sides, it'll give you the measure of each angle, the measure of one angle. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. I'm going to move on. Okay. Find the measure of one interior angle of the following regular polygons. Okay, so what are the key words you're looking for when you're doing homework tonight? Find the measure of the sum or of just one. What's another word they might use instead of one? Find the measure of each. So if you want to put that down, each, one, and find the measure of an angle. Now, does it say interior or exterior? That's another key word right now. That's all we know. We haven't dealt with exterior. And regular. It's regular, interior, and we're looking for one, not the sum. Okay, number 1, a nonagon. Now, typically, I would let you guys look it up, but we are running out of time.
Is it 9?
It is 9. Good job. 9 sides. So, now, do we use the n minus 2 times 180 formula if we're looking for one angle, or the n minus 2 times 180 divided by n? Okay, so we do blank minus 2 times 180 divided by blank. And what is n in this case? 9 and 9. 9 minus 2 times 180 divided by 9. I'll write the formula here again. N minus 2 times 180 divided by n. All right. Plug it in your calculator. What's 9 minus 2?
7.
7. So you're typing in 7 times 180 divided by 9. Can you plug that in? What is it?
140.
140. So is 140 the measure of all the angles? Or just one of the angles? All of the angles is n minus 2 times 180. Once I divide by the number of sides, I'm finding the measure of 1. They're all, yes, I get what you're saying. They're all 140, every single one, but each individual one is 140, not the sum. Right? Okay. Number 2, a hexagon.
Oh.
Hexagon. Anybody know what a hexagon is? 6 is correct. You'll need to know that. You need to know what a hexagon is come test day. Nonagon, not so much, but hexagon you'll need to know is 6 sides. Okay, so study it. All right, so blank minus 2 times 180 divided by blank. What goes in the blank? 9 again? 6. So plug it in your calculator. 6 minus 2 times 180, you're finding all of the angles. Once you divide by 6, you're finding one of the angles. What do we get?
120.
120.
Yeah, over 6.
Yeah.
What do you think? 120 over 6.
6 minus, no, it's bigger than 120 because 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180 is definitely bigger. And then you divide that by 6.
720
Okay. All right. Are we good?
No.
No. Okay. Type in your calculator 4 times 180 right now. Clear it and do 4 times 180.
Wait.
And
6 minus 2 is. Oh.
okay, you've got it?
No.
But I mean, you found how to fix it.
No.
Yes.
4 times 180.
Did it work?
Just keep going.
Okay. Polygon, and here is the new word, exterior angle sum. Theorem. All right. You will need to know this. Polygon, exterior angle sum theorem. Okay. Keywords, the sum, not each, the sum of the measure of the exterior, another keyword there, it's no longer interior, it's no longer one, it's sum and exterior angles of a polygon. What's beautiful about this is there's no special formula. It is always 360 degrees all day long. Whether it's a hexagon, a pentagon, a 6-sided, 7-sided, 100-sided, does not matter. What is it going to be? 360. No formula to memorize. You do have to memorize it's 360. Okay. Everybody have that? So what's the key words here? Sum and exterior. Earlier we had sum and interior. Now we have sum and exterior. Okay, there's one more. You ready? The measure of each, what are we now talking about? One or an. The measure of each exterior angle in a regular, keyword there, regular polygon. Okay, and I'm going to underline exterior. I'm going to flip the page really quick. I will put it back. Here we have each, interior, and regular. What's the difference here? Each, exterior, and regular. I put polygon instead of ingon. It means the same thing. Okay, earlier we did this formula and divided by the number of sides. So this time I'm going to take what? 360 and still divide by the number of sides. And that there is your formula. Make sense? Yes? Okay. I'm going to get out the worksheets. I'm going to write these problems down for you really quick. Find the measure of an exterior angle of each regular polygon. Okay, what's the key word here? An. An is the same as saying what? One. Exterior and regular. So look for the right formula. Number one, a decagon. How many sides for a decagon? 10. Number two, a 30gon. And we'll stop. You know what? We'll do one more. 3, a 25gon, only because I want you to get at least one with the decimal. All right. So what are you doing with each one? You're taking 360 and dividing it by the number of sides. By 10, by 30, by 25. Compare them with your group members, and one of them, at least one, comes out to be a decimal, and that's okay to have decimal answers.
Ms. Torres?
Today, or April, can I finish the reading side?
Was he mad?
I always take a chill down the second. I thought you were going to yell at me.
Guys, you shouldn't be chit-chatting so much. You should be checking with your group members. Okay, packet coming out. Are you doing all of them? No. And I mean all the worksheets? No, just the first worksheet.
I know.
Can you pass this over to that group?
Are you gonna stay in here?
I really like her nails. I can't tell them.
Guys, did you guys all get the same answers?
Yeah.
I think so.
I like her.
I'll find out.
You guys, if you get them, I'll get you guys more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
I wanted to do the.
Is she asking if I want to go out there and I was like,
Oh, yeah. I think that was really hard. Yeah. I almost got it. Oh, I got it. Really? You can't have one more. I have like 1 more week of golf and I can go home. I really want to get my nails.
If you did not get one over here, when I get there, please let me know. Okay, I think I was short 2 here and 1, 2, 3 here. All right, and if you did not get a packet.
Stop.
She wants no more.
That didn't work.
All right, see you guys. See ya.
I know, I was like, what? It was like, alright, bye.